today. From SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Los Angeles Chargers taking on the Miami Dolphins.
It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Los Angeles Chargers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here comes Nelson. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And he is hot, hot, hot. Yeah, okay, so there's a blemish in there, right? He did throw one interception in the last game.
But 5 touchdown passes.
Okay, that's the offset you want.
I say bench him. 5 touchdowns, 1 interception.
You are tough, Coach. I thought the ratio was if you got to 3-1, your quarterback was operating at peak efficiency. 5-1.
And a win.
And a win? Yeah, just let him keep throwing it.
Now Fouts. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A quick check on the numbers for Keenan Allen from last week. 5 catches, 134 yards, and the score, too.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is the #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
Fouts. Over the middle, complete. That's Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Pretty good start right off the bat there with throws 1 and 2.
He's not locking in on just one target early, is he? Spreading it around a little bit as this game gets started.
Back-to-back first downs. Now Tomlinson on 1st and 10. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
That throw into the arms of Allen. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Draw play, Tomlinson. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
That right there, career catch number 541, and that's significant because it ties him with Hall of Famer Kellen Winslow, who also obviously played the tight end position. Yeah, and helped revolutionize it when he was in San Diego. But how about what we're seeing right here? You're talking about 541 catches at the tight end position. You talk about lofty territory, rare air. He has a lot to be proud of in his career. That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner. Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. Third down conversion here is big. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference. And now where does the ball get placed? At the 1 yard line. 1 yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it. Tomlinson, touchdown, Chargers. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you? You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays, and it ends with a 1 yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4". I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffling. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. 14 carries, 88 yards, and a touchdown. Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does. They want to make sure they get him there. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they've played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Shaq Lawson in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback. Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film? I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Getting set to go again here on offense, Keenan Allen marches back onto the field. And CD, assuming he stays healthy, assuming the health, should get to that 1,000-yard mark pretty easily. And the best part of what he's done so far is it allows him and the team to relax their pursuit a little bit. Meaning, if they just have normal games, they'll get to the 1,000-yard mark. They don't have to force anything. But one of the reasons he's having the year he's having is what I call route running arrogance. They think there's no one that can cover them. No matter how many people are put in his direction, it just doesn't matter. He's got nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it. Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Fouts to throw. That one's complete to Tomlinson. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They'll run on first down. Tomlinson. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing his Fouts. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw his Fouts. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year. But you think this game, their toughest test yet?
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run. So this game is crucial.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. To throw is Marino. He'll buy some time right. Marino slides, and he'll have the first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 67 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Here comes Nelson. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. L.A. readies for its next possession. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. Two division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other. A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down, it's Tomlinson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Chargers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. Here's Fouts. That's caught by Jackson. And he is going to have the Chargers first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on third and inches. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
This was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he's going to get this inside the 30. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Again, he'll drop to throw. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were in nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field. And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The Dolphins moving with a sense of urgency here. They go play action with Marino. Rolling to his left. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete. Forced out to his left. He finds his man complete. That's Clayton. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Marino on play action, sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the Chargers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have the show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where it was the Patriots who were able to come away with the victory. Tom Brady leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we're off to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. The Browns at 5-4, trying to get that 6th win of the year. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. James.
And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
First down, Marino. Flush to his right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
On second down, Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 84 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. They'll throw on first down with Marino. Flushed out right, and he'll just get rid of it. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Marino's throw is taken in by Waddle. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on third down. Marino here from the gun. He finds his man, complete. That's Clayton. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. More from L.A. in a moment. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw again is Marino. He finds his man, complete. That's Chambers. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Liam Eichenberg, second-round pick in 2021 from Notre Dame, the guilty party. From the shotgun, Marino. That's going to be caught by Waddle. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
Partner, you know what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now, a 3-point swing right there.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins have taken the lead. Well, they don't get a touchdown here in the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
Here comes Nelson. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll hit Jackson, complete. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw here. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Allen. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An out cut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
On 1st down, Tomlinson. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him?
The Dolphins get there this time and they bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
Drops this off to Tomlinson, complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So the completion good for just 3. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. Back to throw.
Swinging this ball out here to Tomlinson.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
So holding on the return, and that's going to back him up to start the drive.
He was trying to get the job done correctly, just trying to clear a little space for his returner. Ended up getting a little too much jersey and hooked the guy, hence the flag.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll hand it off now, Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Eight yards to go on 2nd down.
They run it again with Williams. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15.
95 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On the ground, this is Williams. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
They certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. More from L.A. in a moment. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Going back to Allen, he's got him again. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. Back to throw again. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the 1st.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They'll look to throw again. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 21. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations. Quite the accomplishment. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, that play really didn't fool them. They completed the screen pass, but for lost yardage, a really nice play by the defense.
Second and 14. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
After review the play, on the field stands.
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is. Back to throw. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And the Dolphins have just about sewn up this football game. Just when you thought this game might be turned on its ear, a late interception pretty much going to seal the deal.
Yeah, boy, talk about having your backs to the wall. This defense, they look like they were in danger of surrendering this lead, but they knew they needed that one play, and they got it right there, partner.
They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Again, it's Williams. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On third down, here's Williams. Williams is going to have the first down and a little more. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he loses the football a second time.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on second and long.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a third and long situation coming up. Marino's going to take a knee, and that should just about do it.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. They're going on fourth down. Marino, he's going to rifle one deep left side.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Miami, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, it's a loss that could hurt them come playoff seeding time as they drop to 8-3. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
today. From Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's Week 1 of the NFL. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cincinnati Bengals.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we have arrived at another new season. I had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did as well. Here we go.
Yeah, when you went out for your 5-mile jog, you were flying. You did it in record time because you were psyched up about this game. But let's be frank about it. No more radio shows, no more podcasts, no more just predicting what's going to happen. Now we get to see it on the field.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And they'll be let out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled at a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got room. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. 39 yards. And the Steelers are on the board here first in the season opener. We thought they may be a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is, while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And out now, here come the Bengals. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
It's brought in by Harris.
And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw. Starr. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. From the gun, Starr. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 23. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Starr. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the 1st quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade...
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point now by Boswell. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Starr finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked it down to force a 4th down?
The kick by Parkey is good, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out.
And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Back to throw. Bradshaw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Bradshaw.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt.
This is fielded at the 27. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Cincinnati set to take over once again.
And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And now here's a carry heading left. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, Starr. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, That may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Handoff comes to Chubb. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Back to throw. Starr. He gets it complete to Harris.
And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Starr going to take a shot for Gallup. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Michael Gallup, 31 yards. And the Bengals are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game. Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. And this is up and good. It brings him within a point now. It's 14-13. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a Bengals score.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Ward. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Fighting through it, he's got space. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bengals drive about to get going. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. If they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Starr. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he will ball his way in there for the 2 points. Nothing fancy there on that 2-point try. Give it to the big boy and let him go to work.
That almost felt like sandlot football that we used to play, didn't it? Biggest guy on your team who can carry the ball, hand it to him and let him rumble.
Nobody picked me on the sandlot football team.
You were quarterback, and I know better.
I was the water boy.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
He finds his man, complete. It's Harris. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Starr. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. To throw on 3rd down. Starr. He finds his man, complete. It's Harris. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line.
The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Off play action. Bradshaw. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play there just before halftime.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Wide open, that's Clark. They lost it. Make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. This is Harris. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Now Harris. And he's going to go down in the field of play. So they say no to the field goal try, and time has run out on this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. And it's the Browns with a good lead at halftime. A.J. Brown, a touchdown.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Rolling to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, they'll run with Bettis. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
From the gun on 3rd down, Bradshaw. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half.
And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
Teams have a tough time running the ball, as this one has throughout this game. It's so easy to just say, forget it, let's throw the football. But that's exactly why you stay with the running game. Eventually, you stick with it, you make some adjustments, you often find ways to run the ball better as the game goes on.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now a handoff as they run left side. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
41 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he's got some space here. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great effort there. 46 yards. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown. Harkey with the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. 5 plays there on that drive. And a long run there in the end to top it off.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Looking to throw on second down. Bradshaw. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
And he give this time to the tailback. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. He'll get this to Roy. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is Jones. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Bradshaw. It's caught. It's Miller. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Off the bootleg. Bradshaw. He'll buy some time right. And in for the Steelers touchdown. A great play there. With now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now a conversion to make it a 2-score game and a solid lead.
Boswell for the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. First down, Starr. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Looking to throw. Starr. He finds his man. Complete. It's Harris. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to...
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. To throw on 2nd down. Starr. He finds his man. Complete. It's Harris. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Starr. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man. Complete. It's Harris. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
2nd and 2. Here's a handoff out of the gun.
Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 33. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
Well, time, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defensive side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
Throwing on 1st down. Bradshaw eluding the pressure right.
He's got it to Swan. Complete.
Touchdown! A great effort there. 41 yards.
And the Steelers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Looking to throw. Starr. He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. That one looks like he'll throw here. And in for the Steelers' touchdown. From 10 yards out.
And the Steelers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
From the 6. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Looking to throw on second down. Starr. And Winslow brings it in over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, Starr. And he'll get this one complete to Winslow. They'll contain him to just 4, second down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead. Look at the deficit. Trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Off the play fake. Bradshaw steps away. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Touchdown! A big play there. 48 yards. And the interception by the Steeler D leads to a touchdown. Boswell good with the extra point. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Plain and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
On 1st down, Starr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. To throw on second down. Starr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. And one of the whistles for timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Throwing on first down. Starr. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. One last shot at the end zone. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Pittsburgh, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Chicago Bears next week. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.